This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
I tell you what, we're hitching our bandwagon to the old Emerald Driscoll these days, aren't we,
mate,
everybody?
Shaun, you know what? I never in a million years thought that animal from the bush could scrub up so nicely as I saw her the other night on TV.
What level do you reckon the fake tan was at yet?
Oh, mate,
yeah.
it was at a Whoopi Goldberg.
Morning, Em.
Hello, guys. Thank you for taking the mickey out of me before you've even introduced me.
I know,
I
right?
absolutely love it.
You look beautiful, Em. You look beautiful.
No, I was actually, my first question was going to be to you, Nathan. What did you think of the outfit?
Mate,
because
yeah.
The
your opinion
cutouts.
matters to me.
The cutouts were everything for me.
What I loved about your outfit,
Yep.
Em, was that you matched your dress to your finger splint.
Love that.
You don't see enough
I
of
know.
that.
Love that.
How
And then
good was that?
also, and I can say this, Shaun, you cannot. Your boobs look great, and everything was in the right place.
you,
And not just
Nathan.
that, Em. Like you looked absolutely beautiful, and you deserved that moment. Well done, baby.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. No, the dress was absolutely stunning, but those little flowers, they were like a pin-on. I'm calling them my brooch. The brooch on there.
brooch.
They popped off at least 7 times during the night.
Mate.
So I was like pinning my chest, trying to get these things to stay on. But there's your beauty is pain, and it's all about
That's what
it.
they
So
say.
And I'm sorry,
not
that
here
is a
for it.
TikTok trend ready to go, isn't it? But
Yeah.
like, totally broached, Shaun. Or
Yeah.
broached dads, bro.
Em, was it one of those dresses that looks amazing when you're standing up, and then when you sit down, it's super uncomfortable, or was it all right?
In fact, it was actually a 2-piece set, Nat.
Was it
It was a
clocked?
skirt and top, which made it a lot easier because I could
Shaun.
manipulate it a little bit as I
Great.
sat down.
Yeah, this
Great.
goes with that at Suzanne's.
Suzanne's, for sure. For everyone out there, by the way, we are talking about the AFLW Awards, which was just on Monday night, and Emma O'Driscoll, 2-time All-Australian.
All-Australian.
Hey, Em, firstly, we got to congratulate you on what a magnificent year you had personally. The team went very well as well. Mim Strom and Ash McCarthy also getting into the All-Australian team from a Fremantle perspective. But for you personally, mate, to be able to back up a season you had last year, you must be really chuffed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great year. It's been a whirlwind of a year, I can tell you that right now. But I'm super proud of the group that we have this year, especially considering the adversity that we've faced with a few injuries, but I guess significant injuries in Ange, our captain, and Anya Tai as well. Not being there. Turbo's obviously out with her baby. So the fact that our young group could get the job done in an elimination final and move to a semi is absolutely incredible. I know Nathan's going to take the piss out of me saying semi.
You know him so
Well, you
well.
usually talk about raging. So.
Semi-final. But no, it's been an incredible year, and I'm just so stoked that, personally I was able to play my role each week, and obviously there were people watching, and I'm just, it's an honour to be named an All-Australian again, especially with some of the girls that I was surrounded by. I had a bit of imposter syndrome for a while there.
Yep.
But it's absolutely incredible, and I'm really stoked.
I've got some questions about the jacket. Number one,
Yes.
when you see a guy make the team, they put the jacket on.
Yes,
and,
so the official blazer,
Yep, when you see the girl get the blazer on as well, it looks like it's the end of the night and they're cold.
Yes.
Because it just doesn't
So
go
it
with
Doesn't
their
go
dresses.
with the outfit, yeah.
But where do you keep? Like, do you do something special with your jackets? What are you doing with them? Like, do you keep them in a suit bag, or are you wearing them out on the weekend?
Well, my last jacket actually only just came the day before I flew out to Melbourne again for this W Award.
Get out.
So a year. It took a year for it to come, and I don't know if this is actually true, but I think they have to get the years put on the pocket of them. So
They do.
Yes.
I don't know if I then have to send it back.
Yeah, and so you don't get a new jacket. You don't now have two jackets.
No.
You just get the one jacket and they embroider it again.
Spongy.
Yeah.
Look, I've only done this twice, Nat, so I'm
Yeah.
actually not
Still
sure.
learning, yeah.
I feel like I'm going to have to find that out, whether I send the jacket back or whether you do get a new jacket. But regardless, I would absolutely love to frame the jacket potentially at the end of my career. One for Mum and Dad's pool room, because the boys are probably never going to get one. So
Yeah, great point.
That's a great
point.
point. I'm terrified at the answer of this, because what if we find out that the guys get sent a jacket every year and they only send the girls one jacket, because
no.
I think the girls will have a sewing machine that can embroider their name.
No,
Well, don't
I think Gov told us he's
Nah,
because
he's only got
he's
one.
5 times, yeah,
Yeah.
and so he's
But
only
then
got one.
But what if in football?
What's easy,
what
5X?
Yeah.
But what if in football, right, that you change the size? So sometimes people bulk up, they get thinner, and like.
It's a jacket that not many people are walking out
You're
down
not
the streets
wearing,
in.
mate. Yeah.
You're wearing it, but if you, to Nathan's point, if you are then subsequently selected in further All-Australian teams and your body's changed, like you've grown bigger shoulders or whatever, then you'd be sitting there on stage in your jacket and it doesn't fit.
I mean, for me personally, I'd never be worried about the bigger shoulders.
Or being All-Australian.
Or
So-
being All-Australian. Yeah, to be honest,
Not a lot of
I'll just buy
concern for
I'll
you.
just buy my jacket from Zara.
Get another one when I need to.
Hey, and what do you do in the off-season? Is there a footy trip? What do you girls do to mark the end of the season?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm actually not sure. I think AA stands for something different these days for me. In Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm a bit concerned because we have just got off a couple of day bender here in Melbourne. And then we will be heading back to Perth. We have our best and fairest next week, so kick things off with that. And then we actually travel down to Manjimup to Dana East Farm, which should be absolutely
hilarious.
amazing. We are so pumped for it. So the dress-ups might come out there, but we've booked a wine tour, so the girls are on.
That'll be
It's
loose as
dancing
all get up.
December.
And what's the story with the turnaround for you guys? As we know, the season starts way later. So how many months before you guys are back at pre-season? And how do you feel the time?
Yes, we have a blackout period now until around February. So
Okay.
basically in that time you can do whatever form of exercise you kind of enjoy doing. For a lot of us, we probably won't be doing much running. It'll just be, your work capacities, getting strong in the gym again, working through any of your injuries that you obviously come off the back of this season with, and just getting your body right and actually having a break and resetting. I feel like I probably haven't stopped in 3 years, so it's going to be nice to actually chill out for a bit. And then we'll have structured programming as of probably January, but it won't be anything at the club. You can kind of do it away from the club, go to your own gym. But yeah, the idea is, to probably start getting fit around Feb, and then hopefully we can play some pre-season games potentially in the VFLW this year, which could be really exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right.
Look, if you see the girls out on their celebrations,
No,
don't
you
take
didn't.
photos of what they're doing. Don't
No,
tell
you
anyone
didn't.
what they're doing, because I know one thing: if there's going to be someone in the news, it'll be her.
There's a reason they're doing it on a
Don't worry,
farm
Nate,
in Manjimup, Nathan.
Oh, no, I know. Nate, I'll add you to my close friends, mate. It's
Yeah,
me.
mate, I'm right in there, you know
Don't
that.
trust him.
Emma O'Driscoll, congratulations on a
We're
wonderful
very proud
year.
of you,
Two-time
Em.
All-Australian. What a great night you
Yeah,
had.
well
And
done, mate.
we're
Well
super
deserved.
proud of you, mate.
Thank you so much, team. You're the best.
Oh, we are, aren't we?
All-Australian. 2 times All-Australian, Emma Driscoll. Thanks, Em.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, the big news yesterday was John Longmuir retiring from coaching the Sydney Swans after 14 seasons. Very, very successful coach.
Well, he
Outstanding.
coached them to a lot of grand finals, didn't he?
A lot of grand final losses now.
Yeah, I know. Which
He
is,
won one.
And by
Okay.
any other
2012.
measure, though, that's an extraordinary career. But you go, geez,
Yeah.
it's a lot of missed opportunities, isn't it?
Well, it is, but at the same time, if you're in any field of business
Yes.
and you're at the top of the pops the entire time that you're a
Second is
leader,
pretty good.
then you're like,
So, wait,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
so I mean, if he was to join as a coach these days, would he have lasted that long?
I don't know, Nath. Yeah, I think the
'Cause they
times
seem
are
very
always
flippant. They
changing.
feel very flippant about coaches these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a good thing is, number one, they've been successful, and the other part of that is you're in Sydney, so you're out of the
Yes.
headlines a lot. And if you're the coach
No,
in
you're
WA teams, at some stage they're coming for you.
Yeah.
The media are coming for you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they want to make your back page, and that'll sell, and everybody will
Yeah.
watch the news to see you get fired.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what-
that's right.
that's
And
what
they
they're
and they
after.
swing from one team to the other, essentially.
100%.
Yeah.
So well done to John Longmuir. And to see that Dean Cox has stepped in, now we
Yeah.
all know why he never went for the
Yeah,
West
no.
Coast Eagles
Yeah,
job.
it makes sense.
Good
yeah.
on him. Good on him. He's a
Before-
good guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Dampier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a ripping country
Yeah.
bloke, isn't he?
It's amazing his career, actually, because the East Perth Royals are the home team over there.
No, he
Samuel.
was sorry to interrupt you,
Hey,
Sean.
Sam.
Sorry, mate.
Sam,
no.
hey, Sam, you're the button
Sorry,
presser.
I
What do you
know.
think you're doing?
Hey, Sam, that's so funny.
I got so excited. He was East Perth coming up through the ranks, wasn't
Yes.
East
Well,
Perth?
it's the Swan
Premiership
District's
player.
area.
Now,
isn't it?
Sam's pointing at his jumper right now.
No?
Sam, tell him what you're wearing.
Jumper, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, it was my East Perth jumper that you mentioned from before. He was coming up, I think he was a 17 or 18-year-old. He played in the league side at East Perth before he went to the Eagles, yeah.
No, but he was from Dampier.
That's right,
Yes.
yeah, no,
Stop
you're right.
interrupting
yeah,
me.
yeah. Sorry,
Wow,
mate.
thank
My
you.
bad.
No,
I'll
but you know
go
what?
back to my
Sometimes
box.
you're just so
Wow.
excited, Sean. It's like if you were talking about Lucy Lawless right now, I'd jump in and go, oh, she worked in the mines in Kalgoorlie. You just want to be part of it.
That's
what
a
he
really
was
good
doing.
point. I take that on board.
Yeah.
For the East Perth Royals, like it was amazing to see him and the way his football career went. He was transformed the way a big man played in the middle of the ground. And I don't think there's been many people like him since, because a lot of times you find those hybrid type players. But
he was very mobile,
tall.
wasn't he?
He was very, very skilled.
And also, really great guy, had an amazing career, and then going into a new phase of that, all carrying the burden of the last name Cox. Which is terrible for some people.
But everybody wants to be called Big Cox, because
and he was.
Oh yeah. It's unfortunate if you're gay though, if your last name's Cox, if you're a gay man, because the jokes are just right there.
They're just rotting themselves, aren't they?
I know, but you've never been more popular.
I remember that Masto always said that he had the worst physique in the footy club.
That's so interesting. I mean, Masto was a whippet. Like, there was nothing of him. But Coxie's a big, solid unit.
So Cox is the dog that's on a diet.
Yeah, 100% every day. I hope he goes particularly well. It's great that Sydney Swans have been in an era for the last 20-odd years that they've been able to pass the baton to somebody else and not replace and change any structure. So Paul Roos was the coach, handed it to John Longmuir, and he's now handed it to Dean Cox. And it never seems to upset anything that goes on in that football club. They continue to be the top of the ladder in all forms.
Yeah, they're a dominant force for sure.
And the Matildas are in town, by the way. They're playing 4 games over the next 10 days. Yes, 10 days. I've got to get that out.
When you say in town, you mean in Australia?
Sorry, they're in Australia. They're playing in Brisbane against Brazil, and then they play Chinese Taipei. I'm not sure how good they are. But it seems to be that the Matildas have had a great opportunity over the last couple of months to play the top-level teams and therefore, continue to develop their game and be one of the better teams in the competition.
Who is the, all codes, all sports, who is the premier Australian sporting team right now? Because I know that it seemed like the Matildas just recently. Is it still the Matildas?
No, absolutely not.
Because remember they had their moment.
I think in the media they were, but I don't think they'll consider that.
Who is?
Because they never actually won anything.
Semi-finalists at the World
they finished 4th.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They finished 4th. It's
but
a fair
it was still a moment.
It was a moment in time.
It was a moment because it was in Australia.
So say if that was
them.
the Matildas, so that was them, and they were like the number one thing. What is now the next sport that is the number one thing? The team.
God,
Shaun,
I don't
the
know.
question.
I don't know. I think the number one thing, we're coming off the back of the Olympics, so the Cox sisters became. So what did I say? The Fox sisters. So it's just Cox.
It's just Cox
the
everywhere.
Cox sisters. Try to wear.
They're popular too.
They are.
But they're not technically a team.
No, so in a team, I'm not too sure. The Penrith Panthers, after the NRL finals, winning 4 out of the last 5, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but
we're not talking about it.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about everyone. Anyway, you do your work and you go find the answer.
That is the answer. Yeah. We're done.
That's the answer. Or a ping pong team. Northern. They're good.
They're not bad.
They're good.
Are you done?
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.